video we're going to see how we can read a JSON file into PySpark. The data JSON file is Nobel Prize.json. It has many JSON objects in a JSON array. If you look at the first object in the array, it is the people who got Nobel Prizes in year 2022 in the category chemistry. There are 3 people who got it, and these 3 people are again in an array inside the first JSON object. Similarly, we have the next JSON object, year 2022, category economics, and we have 3 Nobel laureates, and so on. So what we're going to do is we're going to read this JSON and try to flatten the JSON, which means to pull out these laureates and create a data frame where we have one laureate in each row, first name, surname, motivation, share, etc. Those are the fields, and along with those fields I also have year and category. So in effect, the data frame is the first laureate, second laureate, third laureate, with the year and category as the other fields. We'll see how we could do that using PySpark. So my Docker containers are running, and I'm going to the local host, go to the required directory, creating a notebook and renaming the file. First I have to import the libraries and create a SparkSession object. I created a SparkSession object here. I named the app as read JSON data. I configured the master, which is running in port 7077. I configured an executor or a worker node, and I created a Spark object. I'm setting the log level as error, which hides the unnecessary info. So the Spark object is created. Once it is created, I'll read the JSON. I call the data frame as df, and the method is spark.read.format JSON. I'm giving the option multi-line is true. When I write multi-line is true for a JSON object, Spark will treat the entire file as its single JSON object or an array of JSON objects. And I'm giving the option infer schema is true. I'm asking PySpark to infer the schema from the data, and I'm loading the data. To load the data, I have to give the path. So this is the path where my data is. So it ran. Let's look at sample data, df.show. Let's see 5 items, and it is false. Let's run this. So we got something. This is the data frame. We got category, laureates, overall motivation, and year. Category is chemistry. Laureates is an array. We got this array. Overall motivation is null, and year is 2022. Okay, now let's check the schema, what the data types are and stuff. So this is the schema. We have category, we have laureates, which is an array. Inside the array we have all these elements, and overall motivation column is there, and year is there. So for flattening the JSON, we use a function called explode. What explode does is it pulls or explodes this inside array elements out. So we'll define the data frame as df flattened is with column. I want to flatten laureates column, and I want to explode the column laureates, and after exploding it, I'm selecting the columns in a specific order. First I want category, and then I want year, then I want overall motivation, then laureates.id, and so on. Okay, once we flattened it, we'll look at the flattened data frame. So now we could see category, year, overall motivation, ID, first name, surname, and so on. So for each of the laureate, these things were repeated. That's what happens when we explode or flatten the JSON. So this is what I mean by flattening a JSON object. So this is how we could load a JSON and flatten the JSON in PySpark. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.